why there are no female pickup artists. Because if you look around out there, plenty of male pickup artists. I mean, what's left of them today, but there are no female pickup artists. Never have been, and there never will be. There may be female dating coaches, plenty of these female dating coaches out there, right? Plenty of these red pill so-called female dating coaches out there. And none of those women are female pickup artists. Funny, right? Because I'm a dating coach, but I'm also a pickup artist, right? I do game, I do cold approach. I do it professionally. And I can honestly say that in 2025. I mean, I've been saying that, right? There's an art to this. That's why we call it artistry. There is an art to this. But why are there no female pickup artists? Really, only two reasons, okay? The first reason is because all of the stuff that works on women that we teach in game does not work on men, okay? And some women do have done these things subconsciously to men, and they have gotten the opposite effect, right? For example, when I teach a student to cold approach a woman, especially a beautiful woman, I teach him to neg her, right? You guys know what a neg is? It's what we call a backhanded compliment, where we might say something like, you know, is that your real hair? Right? Are those your real nails? Right? Of course they're my real nails, right? Of course they're my real hair. Is that your natural hair color though? Right? Well, and we'll deliver it like that, right? Why are we doing that? It's to throw the girl off, right? It's to kind of like put her, kind of communicate to her that we are not, you know, under her beautiful woman spell, right? So when we nag a woman, and you do it right, when you do it right, it works. Okay, it works really well, by the way. Right? It kind of causes the girl to become a little self-conscious, right? To become more submissive, right? Because when the girl becomes subconscious, because she, you know, self-conscious, she becomes submissive, right? It's kind of like a byproduct of self-consciousness. You become a little more submissive to the person who is nagging you. Why does it work? It just does, right? Joe Dirt. Why does it work? It just does. How does Positrack work on a Hemi? It just does. Or on a Plymouth, right? How does Positrack work on a Plymouth? It just does. However, when and if a woman, and sometimes they do it subconsciously, like I said, when a woman tries to neg a man and says, oh, what made you decide to wear that tonight, right? Does a guy go, ooh, wow, her, yes. No, guy gets pissed. He gets offended, right? Why? Because to us, it communicates disrespect, right? When a woman negs us. So it already, I mean, these are just the basics of pickup. It doesn't work. When we make a woman qualify herself to us, when we ask her those qualifying questions, you know, and we say things like, you know, hey, we're in LA, beauty's common, right? What do you have to offer besides your looks? Name 3 things that you have to offer besides your looks. Go, right? And the girl will fire off. Well, let me see. I'm a good person. I'm charitable. You know, I'm loyal, right? She'll fire these things off. But if you make a guy qualify himself to you, he'll be like, why do I need to do that, right? I mean, at least a high value guy, right? Low value guy, he'll do it all day. Like, girl, I got a good job. Ooh, look at my watch. Oh my gosh, I got this expensive car. You know, he'll qualify himself all day. But that is not the type of guy that a woman wants, right? She doesn't want a guy who's going to qualify himself to her. So it doesn't have the same effect. So a lot of the stuff we teach in pickup, although it does work on women, it does not work on men. Right. And I've taught a lot of women, including women in my family, when they find a guy that they like, I tell them, don't say anything about the way he dresses, and don't put down his car. Yeah, I mean, these are some of the worst things you can do, especially when it comes, like if the guy's a car guy, you could tell he put a lot of work in his car, and then you say, haha, why did you decide, ew, that's an ugly color. You're going to get on his bad side, right? Where that might work with a woman, like, man, you drive a Prius or whatever she drives, right? You drive a Toyota. Yeah, that tends to work. So that is the first reason. Okay, just the basic the male versus female social dynamic, right? We're just not the same. As much as mainstream media wants you to believe that, just the same, just identical. Men and women are just the same. We're all part of the one race, the human race. You know, they say things that sound good on paper but are complete BS in real life. They don't translate into reality. So that is the first reason. The second reason why there are no female pickup artists is because guys are visual, right? Guys are visual. So a woman can have the absolute best game in the world, right? She could have mastered pickup artistry. She could know like how to DHV, how to false time constraint, how to neg, how to build attraction, how to build comfort and rapport, how to close, all of these things. She could become a master. She could be the best female pickup artist in the world. However, if she's 4'5" and 300 pounds, no amount of game is going to seduce you into wanting to be physical with her, into wanting to be in a relationship with her. There's no amount of game that she can work on you that will trick your brain into thinking she's hot, right? Whereas for women, we can trick their brain into thinking we are hotter than we actually are, right? I've done this a number of times. We can trick women into thinking we are taller than we actually are, right? I mean, I have had so many women like literally not notice until they were dating me, like months into dating me, that I'm not 6 feet tall, right? Because I'm not. And they're like, and it usually comes up when they see my driver's license or they see an old like football program, like, wait a minute, hey, you know, you're not 6 something? And I'm like, what? No. I mean, can't you see? I'm like 5'10" and a half, 5'11" on a good day, right? I'm definitely not over 6, you know, but because the way you present yourself when you first meet them is, you know, larger than life, and you're able to kind of keep up this, you know, this image of yourself. In her mind, she's thinking, wow, this guy is, you know, is bigger than what I thought he was. You know, so in the girl's mind, she's thinking, yeah, you're just like this boss, and you just might be this normal dude, right? So, so yeah, it's very interesting how that plays out. Also, when we see a hot girl, we don't care. She could be 18 years old, working at KFC, right? Getting your wings, and like really have no life. But she's super hot, and she's 18 years old. Does she need to work game on you in order to get you to like her? No, right? What does she have to do? All she has to do is go, hey, you're cute, you know, we should go out sometime. That's not game. That's not pickup, right? She's just going, here's my number. Call me, please. You're going to call her, right? She doesn't need to work negs on you, false time constraint, DHV, DLV, qualify. You know, she doesn't need to do any of this stuff, okay, that most men have to do, right? I mean, you don't have to do anything. I mean, even a good-looking guy, even Chad, I mean, he can't be completely gameless, right? Because even hot Chad that most women would want to take home, if he said something out of line, like, you know, I killed a bunch of people once, she might be like, hey, what'd you say? What do you mean you killed a bunch of people? You know, okay, you want to come home with me? No, Ted Bundy, I'm not coming home with you. Whereas, you know, the KFC chick, 18 years old, could say, well, I killed a bunch of people once. A lot of guys would be like, man, that sucks. Okay, where are we going? You know? So, very, very big difference. Also, there's an old saying in the red pill community, and that saying is, an average woman, no, I think it goes like this. An average man would date an average woman, but an average woman would not date an average man. Am I right? So those are the two major reasons why there are no female pickup artists out there. It's unnecessary for them. Guys are visual. We know hot when we see it. Most guys can be in agreement with what hot is. Even women who are not my type, and guys show me like, hey, what do you think of this girl? Yeah, she's attractive. I can see why guys think she's hot. right? I mean, there's really no ands, ifs, or buts about it, right? I mean, most guys can agree, like, with a certain level of hotness, that okay, yeah, I could see why guys are attracted to her, and that girl does not need to convince anybody by using game to become romantically involved in her. Whereas with guys, yeah, I mean, even hot guys struggle with women, right? I've had a lot of students who are model looking, and that I'm just shocked, like, they struggle, right? Whereas for women that are super hot, believe me, they're not struggling, man. These women get approached all day long, right? They get guys talking to them, trying to hit them up on social media all day long, online, offline. So why would they need to learn game? I mean, most very hot women, like over an 8 in looks, I definitely the 9s and 10s. You notice a lot of them don't really have much personality. You notice that, right? They just don't. They just don't have much personality. Why don't they have personality? Because they never had to develop it. They never had to work on it because they're already hot. Why work on something that you don't need? Because guys are giving you what you want all day long, right? They're throwing you free gifts all day long, offering to pay your rent. So what's the point in learning any pickup, any game? You don't need it, right? You don't need it when you've got guys coming to you. It's like you don't even need to, it's like being a salesperson and everybody's just wanting to buy from you. Are you going to bother to go take time off the floor to go to sales classes to improve your salesmanship when everyone's just wanting to buy from you? No. So those are the reasons why there are no female pickup artists. Some guys ask me from time to time, and even some women, I'm like, hey, how do I become a female pickup artist? I'm like, you don't, right? You're either hot or you're not, right? I mean, you're the way you can become better with attracting men is not through pickup artistry as a female, but it's through self-improvement, right? Becoming more fit, watching your diet, not smoking, not drinking, not doing drugs, holding on to your youth as long as possible. And if you're beyond the age of 30, still do those things, but also work on your personality. Try to be more feminine, work on being more submissive, work on being less dominant in your relationship, and more feminine, right? That's not pickup artistry. That's, self-development. I mean, really, that's just being a basic woman, in my opinion. But regardless, guys, that's why there's no female PUAs out there. As always, drop your comments below. If you learned something new today, make sure you subscribe and jump into 7 Months to Mastery. Helps me out a ton. And you know where to go. Click the link below. I'll see you in the next coaching video. I'm out.